Fame farm fans. We had a lovely time of baling hay, and now gotta back some of these in the barn. We really could test out our extension there. I may have to pull up. Yeah, it could be a few times jumping on and off the tractor. Depends on how good I am at this. Plus, the way I'm parked, the tractor wants to roll backwards. So I gotta set the brake. But really, we're gonna show off the joy of pushing hay wagons in the barn. Now, gravity wagons, I've done that before. I think I've made some videos, at least one of doing that. And gravity wagons are easy because they're short. Hay wagons can be a real challenge because of length. And especially, for where we're going with these. I mean, they're 16-foot wagons. Backing them in straight's one thing. However, where we're going, it's not a straight shot. I always end up getting parked in the aisleway of this barn. And as you can see, it's not a straight shot. Now there's nothing at the other end. And maybe, yeah, I could pull one up the hill from the other end. But that's one. And then I still gotta back 3 more in. We can get 4 wagons down the length of this barn and get them all in. So I've got a 12-foot door opening, and the hay is probably 9 foot wide on the bottom. We'll stack the bottom a little wider than the top. And I got to be going in at an angle with this corner really close to this side. I think I'm close enough, but I wish I was closer. So we're kind of doing it blind because I can't see the other side. And we're gonna get at a real tight angle here, so then we can almost steer the front end back away from that post. We just gotta do a little bit of repositioning here. Sometimes I can get it on the first try. Every once in a while I have to reposition there gently. Yeah, we made 500 bales yesterday. So far for the season, I think we're getting around the 2,000 mark roughly. I don't know, the counter on the baler went awry, and I don't know exactly what's the count is. We're cutting grass, getting it dry and putting string around it, getting sweaty and having a good time in the process. Now there's a lot of room off to the side here, but I gotta watch that center line and try to get it back closer to these posts. We're all gonna see the TW sitting there. I don't need it for hay season, so unfortunately, it's not at the top of the list. For fixing at the moment. And, well, we're not hitting that post yet, but I'm getting close. Yeah, I gotta take some time and deal with that hub. But, unfortunately, that's not the fire that needs to be chased. Might have just hit a block. We rolled into something. Do we hit the barn? We hit our tire chocks, which we don't want to be too close so the way the wind doesn't blow the rain in and stuff. That's sufficient. Still haven't. I should have pushed this stuff out before I started putting wagons in. As I clean up the floor underneath the TW and kind of push it here in the aisle. At some point I'll bring the skid steer in and push all the corn shucks and the leftover hay. I'll push it out the back, might give it to the cows for bedding. He's ready to get whiplash. Speedy reverse time. I'll probably leave the hay sit on the wagons for a few days before unloading. Some of that's just to make sure it gets air around it in case it goes through a sweat or anything. It might not have been staying super dry because this hay I mowed Sunday after a rain, and it's Wednesday. We baled it on Tuesday. So thanks to the tedder, I was able to get it dry enough. If I didn't have the tedder, it would have been a challenge to have it actually dry yesterday, since I mowed it so late with a wee bit of rain. Who knows if I left the hitch pin out front? I did. So we are going downhill a little bit, and thanks to our hefty tread, we can pull ourselves forward and kind of watch how close we need to be. Now the anhydrous gear can be a little bit more fun. It steers a little bit different, and I gotta watch the wheels hitting the frame, so I can't always turn as tight. The joys of a small enough, light enough tractor. And good thing I'm close here, because there's not much wiggle room. Turning the front end is a challenge, because now there's more weight to turn the whole front axle. You probably don't want to back up in high range. This will be a little slow getting back to the barn. Yeah, we've been a little lower on rain the last 2 weeks. Maybe getting pretend back close to normal-ish. Didn't make too many ruts, but we've gotten 2 tractors stuck doing hay. And definitely left some tracks. Yes, this reversing portion is a little slow. You guys are probably wondering how I know where I'm going. I've done this enough times to be a decent backwards driver through the barnyard, as long as there's no new obstacles left in my way, like 5-gallon buckets, or maybe a wheelbarrow or something. That's what I need to do, is I need to make a video of green chopping this year. Feeding it to the cows. I still gotta make a video of feeding the brewer's grain to the cows. They love it. The chickens love it. The chickens love it so much that, well, because of the unevenness of supply, we went a few days, almost a week, without brewer's grain, and, well, the amount of eggs the chickens were laying kind of fell off, so it'll take a few days to recover. But they'll go through cycles, like with light, and sometimes when I move them to fresh grass for a day or two, they'll be slow, because I gotta get used to their new home. Now we're about to find out the challenge of backing this one in. This wagon is only 6 high. When I stack them 7 high, they'll very comfortably have 150, almost 160, depending upon how full the front is. Typically I try to get close to 4 high like that. This is only a 6 high wagon, so there's only 140 on it right now. So a 7 high, you can easily get another 20. Now we're coming in really close, which is actually good. So I don't have to oversteer once I get inside. I can keep this nice gentle curve in to run it right down the center of the aisle. This is actually probably the best luck I've had pushing this wagon in so far this year. Because of the center line drips. We're getting close because I feel we're hitting that pile of hay. And I may be really mad at my positioning on this one, because it's coming over our center line and it feels like we're about to hit the other wagon. So I'm going to redo this. We're going for perfection for stacking them here in the barn. don't get too close to the point that I got to run into the grinder over here. That's annoying. Okay, we got to be close to hitting the other wagon. We'll feel it here soon. Yep, I think we're hitting. Check our work. There is not much room there. We were definitely touching. Good thing those tires are chocked or the wagon would have went over the hill. Well, we might as well keep this going. We'll see another one. Just to really show off the process. If I could, I'd love to be able to get 200 bales on a wagon. Mostly just because I like to cram as much on a load as possible. It's not full unless it's over full. But 7 high is the max for that door. It's a 12-foot tall door. And being loaded on the wagon, like this one's 7 high right here. Being loaded up, it's 11 foot something. Well, let's see how close I am. Need another foot. I wish all of them had extendable tongues, but they don't. This wagon is the original design for the hay wagons around here. This is my uncle's wagon, but it has the original wood on it and underneath it, and that might be an original tire from like 20 years ago. So this one's seen some loads of hay. We have the other one, that small load is the other original wagon around here. That one's been rebuilt 2 or 3 times. Sometimes I wish I had another reverse gear without going into road gear, but we'll survive. They'll tease the cows, bringing all this food right by them. They're probably not paying attention. They're too busy eating still. I was bad and didn't get these in the barn last night, but there wasn't any threat for rain. Plus, I figure a little bit of sun baking it some more can't hurt anything. We've had big hay surprises, like the Tedder, and I still haven't shown off the other one, which is really the one that's going to be more long-lasting. The Tedder is temporary and borrowed. I can't believe I still haven't gotten video of it yet. It's just been busy and haven't been able to film it all. I mean, really, there's a lot of hay season that hasn't been on video, but it's the same old stuff. Go in circles, cut hay, rake it up, bale it up, sweat, sweat, sweat. Okay, we are probably rubbing severely, so we got to oversteer this one a bunch. Probably went too far. Now let's see how high we are. We're probably 11.6. If that's a 12-foot door, we're definitely over 11 feet. Now when I go to stack it in that barn, I'm gonna hate myself because the door is only like 9 foot tall and those top 2 layers won't even fit in. Uh-oh, do I have enough room? I've got this one in here crooked again. I'm getting good at that. I'm probably trying to drive it up on the hitch of the other wagon. I know the tongue on that other wagon swung to the side. Let's try the same thing over again and see what we hit. Yep. Oh, I might as well get off and take an inspection. Oh, well, right. We didn't hit it, but we're touching. And I really don't like the placement because it's underneath that ridge, and those front bales could get dripped on if it rains hard enough. So I will say backing them in here with the front bumper is much better than actually backing them up with the tractor. I've backed them up before with the back end, and I got plenty good at it, but doesn't mean I like having to be good at it. This is so much easier, not a pain in the neck. Okay, that looks better, all lined up with the last one. Except I've really got to work on ending with the hitch not off to the side, so that way I don't have to worry about running over it with the next wagon. One more time. I'm sure somebody's going to wonder, this is first cut. Second cut won't start until September sometime. Hay production is easily a month behind last year, because if you haven't been paying attention, it rains some more, and we've actually, like I said before, we've gone 2 weeks without too much. It's been pleasant, it's great, I love it. Now this wagon should be super easy, it's not overloaded. We weren't going to be able to squeeze 500 on 3 wagons yesterday. I think there's more than 5. I don't have an exact count. It would have been a pain trying to squeeze it all. There's almost 50 bales on here. Well, of course I am too close, but guess what we might be able to do? Nope, not that strong today. But we can play with the brake pedal. You still see that we are way too close. The only nice thing about using the hitch on the back is the fact that I can see that. To the point I can be lined up on the first try instead of the third or fourth try and have to roll the tractor around by hand. I probably could get the skid steer out and do this too. I have used a skid steer, but it is much more peaceful to use the tractor. The skid steer with those hydraulic pumps whining is plenty loud, and especially when you go to push something around and use it for traction. Oh, it likes to whine a little bit just because it's old, and that's how those old systems are. I don't know how the new ones are quieter unless they just put more insulation built into the skid steer so you don't hear the pumps whining all the time. Call this the best world's reverse hayride. Okay, last one. This will come pretty close to the end of the barn here. It's easy to back up fast. It's hard to go forward pushing the wagon fast. There's a lot of things that could go wrong, like jackknifing. practiced enough. I've done this a few times that it fits right in. I'm a little bit off to the side. Feels like we're hitting. Well, we're in. Find the handy dandy block. And that is the joys of backing the wagons in the barn. So I'll catch you guys later with more fun farming action and definitely more updates on hay season, because there's still plenty to go.